Bring her your abused, your unwanted, your scared, abandoned dogs. Annie's Orphans has loved them and cared for them for 34 years. And now Annie Anderson needs your help to keep the no-kill shelter open this winter through the pandemic. You're watching the Local News Network, brought to you by the Durango Sports Club. I'm Wendy Graham-Settle. What started out as a short-term stopgap measure to temporarily house shelter dogs has turned into a 34-year commitment by Annie Anderson to care for abandoned, abused, and often unadoptable dogs until they die of natural causes. Annie Anderson is the founder and executive director of Annie's Orphans, a no-kill dog shelter and sanctuary that cares for an average of 60 dogs a month, half of which remain in her care for the rest of their canine lives. But Annie's Orphans needs help. Like many nonprofits in the region, fundraising revenues have dwindled with all their fundraising events canceled during the pandemic. And she and her husband Bill shut down their dog jewelry business, a principal source of revenue for the shelter, because the pandemic closed their primary markets, dog shows.
Without the support of everybody, we wouldn't be able to afford it. And we would have to turn over our dogs to other shelters, and a lot of them would be put down because some of them just don't like people. Some of them don't even like us, and we feed them, you know. So, yeah, it's very important, the support, and this community is fantastic community.
The Andersons started Annie's Orphans after agreeing to serve as a temporary shelter when the old La Plata County Humane Society building on Googlen Gulch was condemned and abandoned. Soon after, they found 9 5-day-old puppies abandoned in the forest where they were camping that summer. So they decided to keep the shelter open as a no-kill alternative and sanctuary for unwanted, unadoptable dogs.
I feel that dogs, good or bad, have a right to life, and I, being that I have my own property, Bill and I have our own property, and we have the say-so. So part of our shelter is actually a sanctuary for dogs that can't be adopted. A lot of them are feral, bite risks. They got health problems, or the list kind of goes on and on. They've been so abused that this is the first place they've received love, a warm place to sleep, and good food and clean water, that they attach to us immediately.
The Andersons supported the shelter with revenues from their dog jewelry business, Black Feather Creations, sinking more than $500,000 of their own money into the enterprise from 1984 to 97. They incorporated as a private foundation and then became a nonprofit 5 years later. Donations, adoption fees, grants, and fundraisers support the shelter today, but fundraising revenues have dropped precipitously, endangering its survival. Anderson estimates the dogs consume more than 50 pounds of dog food a day, not counting canned and specialty foods for dogs with special nutritional needs. Dogs sleep in heated kennels, and the gas and electric bills nearly quadruple in winter. Volunteers are trying to make up the lost revenues with online fundraising events, and Anderson hopes those efforts can keep the shelter afloat until they can resume their fundraising activities. In the meantime, Anderson says she'll fight as long as she can to provide a sanctuary for the abused, unwanted, scared, and abandoned dogs that find their way to her care.
It kills me. I have to grieve for every dog that leaves here, whether they cross over or they drive down the driveway. They're leaving my protection, and that is scary to me. You know, it's a thing of nightmares sometimes. My grandparents raised me, and they raised me to appreciate, love and respect animals and nature, and dogs have been there for me all my life, through thick and thin.
You can help Annie's Orphans with a cash donation or donation of food, dog toys, blankets, and supplies. But please visit the website at anniescanineorphans.org to find out more. Thanks for watching this edition of the Local News Network, and please remain diligent. For your safety and those around you, please wear a mask and practice social distancing. I'm Wendy Graham Settle.